Welcome to CBTSport.net Game of the Week. Bringing you high school, college, amateur, semi-pro, and professional sports video from right here in Central Vermont. Over a decade of local Central Vermont sports video action. Get ready, because it's time for the CBTSport.net Game of the Week.
My daddy made this.
Good afternoon and welcome to Championship Saturday, the 2023 VPA Vermont State Girls Basketball Championships presented by Booth Brothers. Today, the D2 Girls Championship will be the first game played due to weather happenings or really mishappenings outside. So we will get to see the number 3 ranked Spalding Crimson Tide against the number 1 ranked North Country Falcons in the girls Division II matchup for the kickoff of Championship Saturday here at the Berry Auditorium. I'm Carl Parton. I'll be bringing you the call on this girls Division II matchup alongside the executive producer of the No Fouls podcast, a Vermont basketball excellent review and interview program, Tom Corbett. Tom, thanks for joining us.
That might be the nicest thing you've ever said to me, Carl. So I'm going to take it, and I'm going to say thank you. Yeah, clearly, snow cannot stop basketball here in Vermont. As got a good crowd coming in for both sides, and North Country, that's a nice 2-hour bus ride.
Yeah, it had to be a journey to get here. We always talk about the volunteers here for the VPA and for the Berry Tournament Committee, the officials, all the people that make the tournament happen here in Berry City. Let's give Berry City a shout out because they had to be out there in force, shoveling, plowing, getting the parking lot, stairs, steps ready for this huge crowd to show up and support their teams. Tom, I think if it was the beginning of the year, I would say this may have been my pick for the girls Division II matchup. I knew what Spalding had coming back. I knew what North Country had coming back, certainly. North Country has held serve all year long, a 23-0 record. Great coaching staff and outstanding players. They've got a point guard, they've got shooters, they've got rebounders, they've got defenders. A very strong North Country Falcon team. And looking over at Spalding, kind of the same thing. They've got an incredible point guard. They've got some rebounding. They've got perimeter shooters. But really their strength is their team defense. So a team who lost a lot from last year. And, last year they came up short 36-33 to Mount Abe in the championship. Probably a team with more depth, more talent, and on paper that was supposed to win the championship last year. Came up a little short. This team, a lot of new cast members, but they're looking to play Cinderella without the pressure they had last year, Tom.
Yeah, you get a little pressure off. Spalding was the first team all week that was a lower seed that won, and they get to take kind of that underdog mentality into this game. And if we're being honest, and I don't mean it as slate, I would say Spalding is not going to out-finesse the Falcons. They're not going to run a cleaner offense. They need to muddy it up. They need to dirty it up, and they got to get them to do something different. Get them out of their comfort zone. Yeah, their defense can do that. Another key we always talk about, the Spalding perimeter shooters that aren't named Roberge, aren't named McCauley, need to contribute. Let's take a look real quick on how these teams got here on the bracket. First of all, for Spalding in the playdown, they defeated Middlebury 62-29 pretty easily. Their quarterfinals, 62-43 over Mount Abe. And then they just defended Fairhaven in the girls semifinal here, 36-22 on Wednesday night. So a great job by the Spalding Crimson Tide in that one. North Country, they defeated U32 61-33 and then took on Linden Institute and beat them 50-28. And then
A surprisingly tough battle with Harwood, who is long, has some shot blockers and rim protectors, and they defeated Harwood 42-33. You know, some performances for North Country in that one that really stood out. Maya Auger really stepped up. She had 17 points, including 5 3-pointers. The Tide's going to have to look at that. And Sabine Bruick, outstanding game as well, 18 points in that one for North Country.
Yeah, and the impressive part about the Falcons, I think when you ask anybody who maybe is outside of the everyday loop of the Falcons, they would say that that offense is going to fully run through Cora Neto, but Neto didn't necessarily have a great game in the semifinals, and her teammates all stepped up around her. I would expect she's going to be hungry for a little bit better game here tonight. Yep. And Spalding was very similar. You know, had some struggles offensively throughout that Fairhaven game, got some great contributions throughout. The sophomore Taylor Keel played a great game. Came in the third quarter when Fairhaven was making their run, had pulled it back within 4 and hit, I think, 3 big jumpers in the third quarter.
Yeah, yep, and certainly Keel had 9 points, and Roberge had 12. Sage McCauley only 6 points, but just like Neto, found other ways to contribute. Neto played great defense and rebounded well. McCauley had 15 rebounds in their semifinal matchup. And the full rosters are being announced here for both teams.
Another point, Carl, you mentioned with McCauley, and having seen a few games on CVT Sport all season, got to keep her head in it and make sure she's shown can get frustrated. Had a couple offensive fouls in the semifinal game, beating and banging. They need her in there. She had, I think, 15 huge rebounds in that semifinal. Needs her in there to help clean the glass.
Let's take a look at the keys to the game from the coaches. First for Spalding, own the boards, Coach Tanya McCauley told us. They need to out-rebound North Country and get out on the shooters. You know that North Country can shoot, and for North Country, Sarah Roy, defensive intensity, patience on offense. Tom, you have the starters for Spalding.
For the Spalding Crimson Tide, a 5'6" senior, wearing number 1, Yvonne Roberge. The 5'9" senior, wearing number 4, Aaliyah Elliott. A junior, wearing number 15, standing 5 feet 7 inches tall, Gracie Martin. The 5'3" senior, wearing number 22, Madison Ashford. And rounding it out, the 5'7" senior, wearing number 33, Sage McCauley.
And Spalding coached by Tanya McCauley, Lori Shepard, Katie Whitcomb, and Judy Abbiati. And what a great coaching staff that is, Tom. Talk about experience and youth. Let's look at the starting lineup for North Country. A sophomore wearing number 3, Sabine Bruick. A junior wearing number 4, Maya Auger. A senior wearing number 5, Emma Fortin. A senior wearing number 23, Cora Neto. And a junior wearing number 24, Aaliyah Wilburn. North Country is coached by, and this is kind of tears me, Sarah Roy, who's a college buddy of mine, Dave Pepin, who is a college basketball teammate of mine. So we covered Spalding all year, but 2 of my college buddies there. So
your allegiance will be tested.
I'm going to like whatever happens in this one for one of the teams. We're just a national anthem away from the national anthem here. You're watching the girls Division II championship matchup, Spalding versus North Country from the Barry Auditorium.
And I thought you told me Auger.
It is Auger. What did I say?
You keep saying the air.
Welcome back to the 2023 VPA Vermont State Basketball Girls Division II Championship presented by Booth Brothers. Looking forward to this one. It should be a good battle, a good matchup. It will be the senior Aaliyah Elliott jumping up against Aaliyah Wilburn to get this one started. And Spalding comes away with it in the hands of Ashford. Roberge will be running the point quickly to the rack. Her kick out to McCauley. Elliott pops the first 3, a little long. And there's Neto doing what she does, ripping down the board.
Nice look ahead there.
Good ball movement by North Country to get things started. Bruick in the hands of Ozier. Bruick to the rack. Layup doesn't go. The rebound tipped out of bounds, and it's going to be North Country ball. And that's one you don't gamble on. You go and grab that rebound if you can grab it. Ozier will inbound for North Country. Wilburn, 6-footer doesn't go. Robert, she does a lot of things to fill up the stat sheet. Gets the board ahead to Elliott, and she drops the knees.
Great look ahead, and we saw against the Slaters, if Spalding can get out and run, they want to attack.
Now, Robert sees the court so well. And Elliott running the court. You get paid for it. Oh, excellent look inside that time by Bruick. Shot doesn't go for Wilburn. This one tipped out of bounds off of the Falcons.
Tough break there for the junior Wilburn. Great look. And Coach Roy, giving her a nice confident look, said, it's all right, just calm down.
The early championship, very odd. You're going to see a bunny missed here, a mistake made there. It's the team that can really gather things and get their composure quickest that jumps it out into the lead usually. McCauley's shot doesn't go out of bounds. It will be Falcon ball.
And a lively student section here for Spalding, and it's been a pretty fruitful winter season for Spalding athletics.
Well, you know, between Montpelier and Spalding, that's the title twin cities lately. Montpelier winning tons of championships in boys sports over the last 3 years, and Spalding, maybe a little jealous, wants to get a couple themselves. Bruick's three-pointer doesn't go. Ashford pulls down the speed rebound.
And Ashford giving up size, but a beautiful box out. That's all you got to do.
Does a great job moving her feet defensively, on-ball defense as well. Here's Elliott now, finds Roberge. Roberge with a nice spin move. Her shot is up, around and in.
Those are the type of shots that make you feel like you might have something going for the day.
Absolutely. It's Wilburn into the hands of Fortin. Great dish underneath and a nice finish by Emma Fortin.
The help from Ashford just got there a step too late. I think if she gets there a split second earlier, she can take that charge.
We've seen a lot of good interior passing already from North Country. Gracie Martin's baseline jumper doesn't go. Roberge racing after it, saves it to Ashford. Roberge for three, buries it. And Tom, last year in the semifinals, Spalding lit it up from behind the arc, had over 15 threes. In the championship, they went about 3 for 25 and lost by 3. So seeing their first long distance shots go was great news for Spalding.
Second straight possession, they're driving that far side baseline, and that help not quite getting there in time. This time, drawing the foul was Bruick.
Bruick's got a lot of speed, good court sense. She took it to the rack with confidence, and that's going to be a tough matchup for whoever has to try to stay with her today.
We've seen it so far, a lot of defense keeping an eye out for Neto, as they should, but it's opening up some gaps in that help defense.
And as we've already mentioned, North Country really good at interior passing, so if you can drive and dish or hit the layup, it makes you pretty dangerous. Here's Gracie Martin now, gets it to McCauley. Inside to Roberge, and she's fouled from behind. This one's going to go on Bruick, I believe.
And we've seen all week, Carl, it might not be the flashy thing to do anymore, but the teams that can initiate a post presence on the block have seen success all week.
And, you know, you find the matchup you like. You have a guard that is good with her back to the basket, make it work for you. And Roberge is good with her back to the basket. McCauley to the rack, draws the foul.
I think they caught Ozier with her hand in the cookie jar on that drive.
Second team foul against North Country here in the first quarter. McCauley will step to the line to shoot two.
Rattles in the first.
And I really felt it was important for McCauley to get things started early, get her confidence, especially offensively. So being able to get to the line, and hit a shot or two. Really important. And it is too for McCauley.
If you're Spalding, you can't be much happier than the start they've had here in the first part of the first quarter.
I'm going to keep on an eye on the Bruick-Roberge matchup and the McCauley-Neto matchup as well. Those are two key matchups in this one. Bruick with a nice take, blocked by Roberge. Neto for three, bottom of the net.
If you're McCauley, you have to be careful trying to crash and find those loose balls and rebounds. You can't get too far from the shooter.
Yeah, Cora Neto has such a nice stroke. I was kind of thinking, you know, after a subpar for her shooting performance, Roberge hits this one. I had a funny feeling that Neto might be dangerous today in this one from the perimeter. And that's going to be a foul call. I think it's going to go against Gracie Martin, who is helping down. No, it's going to go against Roberge.
Once again, that help on the baseline is just a half step too late for Spalding.
I think it's Bruick being a half step too fast, perhaps. She is quick off the dribble. Here's the shot put up, and a three-pointer is good for Ozier, picking up right where she left off from the semifinals.
Holly's got to get that hand up. You saw it earlier this week, Carl. Falcons made their run against Harwood. It was outside shooting from the entire roster.
Riley Fortin getting into the passing lane, making the steal for North Country. Here's the pull-up for Neto, doesn't go. Roberge rips down the board. Looking ahead, finds Martin. Back to Ashford. Spalding won't go deep on their bench, but they're about to bring in their 6th and 7th player. Martin passes on the three. Pull up from 12, around and out. Neto with another rebound, looking long for Bruick. Doesn't go.
That was a cannon of a pass, about 3/4 court.
Ashford might have been partially blocked. No, off the side of the backboard and into the hands of Neto. Here's Fortin, her kick out to Neto, steps into one, doesn't go. Ashford gets the rebound. So he's talking about the subs. Sophie Goriello, a freshman, and a near steal by Ozier. And the sophomore, Taylor Keel, as you mentioned, 9 points in the semifinal game, and she had a great performance. It's going to be a timeout for North Country. We'll take it too. You're watching girls championship basketball, North Country by 1. Carl Parton back with Tom Corbett, and as I mentioned, Sophie Goriello, the freshman, Taylor Keel, the sophomore, checking in. And their contribution is key for Spalding, I think, in this one. I think Goriello might have had some nerves in the semifinal, and she's been playing great the last 5 or 6 games.
Beautiful defense there by North Country as Spalding couldn't get it in. Get the 5-second violation.
Neto running the point, calling the offense. You know, this is good for 2 reasons for North Country. It pulls McCauley out of the paint. Strong take and finish by Bruick.
Weak side help.
Prevent McCauley from protecting the rim and getting defensive rebounds. Here's McCauley to the rack, left-handed shot, draws another foul. This one's going to go against Riley Fortin, the senior. No. Ooh, they call it on Ozier. That's big news for Spalding, and bad news if you're a North Country Falcon fan. Reeve Applegate, the junior, will check in. McCauley hits the first of 2.
Ties it back up. Be interested to see the subs here, especially with so much intensity in the championship game. We've seen Roberge going about 100% on defense and offense so far. It's going to be very hard to keep that through 4 quarters.
I've seen her do it. So you're right, though. Here's Bruick now. Neto pulls up for 3. And a nice rebound by Applegate, who just checked into the game. Neto knocks down the long two.
Spalding mentioned in the keys to the game, Carl, we need to rebound, can't give them second opportunities.
McCauley loses it off her foot, but hustles after the ball, and its possession arrow will go the way of the Falcons.
We saw how North Country responded to that early run from Spalding. Now it's Spalding's turn to kind of weather a little punch here from North Country.
Gracie Martin checks into the game, back into the game. For Spalding, McCauley gets a little break. Fortin with a good ball fake, handoff to Neto. Bruick now back to Neto. Nice backdoor cut by Bruick, gets the shot off, doesn't go. Rebounded by Fortin, and it's going to be a foul against the Tide.
I think they probably could call that on at least two different players, getting a little aggressive, trying to get that steal, but that one ends up on Taylor Keel.
Spalding looks to drop into a 2-3 for the inbound. Bruick now, guarded by Robert. Bruick's open, three-pointer doesn't go, and Goriello gets the board. She's going to draw the foul.
Yeah, reached right over the top. She doesn't like it, but that was a good call.
I like the way Fortin's playing, though. She's aggressive, she's intense. You know, she's picking up some of the slack for Wilburn, who's out of the game right now. So she's doing good things in there. Maybe not in the stat sheet, but stuff you need done to have a successful team. Goriello with a shot, doesn't go. I'm glad she took it, though, you know, showing some more confidence. She belongs on this court. And if she plays like she has the last 5 games of the season, Spalding has a good shot at this one. Here's Neto now, guarded by Martin. Neto to her left. Skip pass out to Bruick. Great hands by Bruick to handle that one.
Ooh, had it.
Goriello, nice D. Shot put up at the buzzer, doesn't go. So after 1 quarter of play, it's North Country by 1. You are watching the 2023 VPA Vermont State Basketball Championship presented by Booth Brothers. Welcome back to the action and a great first quarter of play, Tom.
Yeah, a early run from Spalding. North Country slowly brought it back in the latter parts of that first quarter. No rebound.
Carl Parton back with Tom Corbett, and wow, the big story of the game right now, Vaughn Roberge with 3 fouls.
So I would expect we won't see her for the rest of this second quarter. So a lot going to be on the rest of this Crimson Tide, not only on the offensive end, where Roberge has been great so far today. She leads the way in scoring for Spalding, but especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, if I'm Spalding, I am in no hurry to get a shot off. I want to run as much time every offensive possession and be as patient as possible while taking good care of the ball. And they might have agreed with me a little bit. It looks like they're going to be running, a bit of a weave. Here's McCauley.
Neto doing a great job forcing McCauley to her left.
Martin's shot doesn't go. Rebound ripped down by Applegate, and a travel is called. Great pressure by McCauley, causing the turnover.
Yeah, a little jab step, and she picked it up, put it right back down for that quick double dribble.
Inbound by Martin. Goriello, but it's stolen by Bruick. Who's going to match up on Bruick? It looks like Martin will get that tough assignment. Neto now to Bruick. Wilburn, great pass in the backdoor cut by Applegate. Shot doesn't go. Keel pulls down the board.
They've been working that high post back cut from the wings a few times, and it's been open looks.
It's a danger when you're playing that good full front pressure defense. Here's McCauley off the dribble. Her floater a little long. Bruick pulls down the rebound.
Expending a lot of extra energy. Like I said, Neto's really overplaying, forcing her to her left, but she's trying so hard to get back to her right. It's putting her in off-balance shots.
Nice rebound by Fortin. Her kick out, and there's Applegate with the handle. Bruick now to the rack. Martin stays with her, and rebound knocked out of bounds off the Falcons.
Maya Ogier going to come back in here for North Country. She's going to play with 2 fouls. That also brings in Aaliyah Elliott kind of to match right back up as she comes back in as well.
The Falcons' rotation is getting Spalding in a situation where they have their undersized guards down there to do the defensive rebounding. So I don't know if it's intentional or just part of their offense. It's really working to their favor. Spalding's guards are doing a great job boxing out and battling. McCauley to Ashford. Her shot is in.
That McCauley-Neto battle, I think, is going to get good here.
Both of them strong, physical players. A lot of bumping and banging going on there. Here's Bruick now, guarded by Martin. Wilburn gets into the hands of Ogier, and near steal by Martin. Ball kicked out of bounds off of the Falcons.
So far, with Roberge on the bench, Spalding has actually been able to keep the advantage.
Emma Young gets into the game for, or no, correction. It's Charlotte Young getting into the game for Spalding. She's a good rebounder, good rim protector, and a nice steal by Neto.
And then the foul on McCauley after trying to get it back.
It's going to be the 6th team foul against the Tide. Only the first on McCauley, so that's good. They certainly couldn't afford to have McCauley and Roberge out with foul trouble. As I was saying, Charlotte Young, a good rebounder, good rim protector for the Tide. We're going to need some good minutes out of her as well with Roberge on the bench. Off the high screen is Ogier. Neto now. Backdoor cut to Bruick, and this one goes into the mats.
Tangled feet a little bit, but they called it a wash. You can see this North Country team has such chemistry that Neto literally just kind of gave them a little eyebrow raise that says go backdoor.
They might have some poker tells that we can't see on those, but you're right, Tom. They are connected on those backdoor cuts and passes. Here's McCauley now, guarded by Neto.
really overplaying, trying to make McCauley go left.
Gracie Martin's three-pointer goes. That was huge for the Tide. And we talked about the support cast needing to step up. We're getting a little bit of that here in the second quarter. Ooh. McCauley gets her feet under her.
Might have had the defender's feet under her on that tape.
McCauley to the rack. Shot doesn't go. Wilburn with a rebound. And Coach Roy wants a timeout. We will take it too. Spalding by 6 with just over 2 left in the second quarter. Girls Division II Championship Basketball. The VPA's official rankings and tournament book. You can find brackets, can be found online at scorebooklive.com/Vermont. Get the mobile app and follow live scores too, scorebooklive.com. Back to the action. Robert's on the bench with 3 fouls, and Spalding is liking what's happening right now, even without their senior leader out there, Tom.
Yeah, they've been on a 5-0 run here since Robert's left.
Neto in and out, around and back out.
You keep giving her those wide open looks, she's gonna make you pay.
Such a nice stroke. I'm shocked that it's not going in. There's McCauley with a rebound. Neto in a foot race with her. Ooh, a near forearm shiver not called. McCauley's shot doesn't go, tipped out of bounds off the Tide. Wow, that was that could have been 2 on McCauley pretty easily there. So.
And it looks like she's a little upset now. Hasn't been able to get in that offensive rhythm. I saw a lot of the team rallying her up during the timeout, saying, "You got this. Stop worrying about it."
Here's Ogier. Wilburn's three-pointer doesn't go, and it hits that dreaded shot clock. The protruding shot clock here at the Berry Auditorium. Maybe the only bad thing about the Berry Auditorium from a playing perspective.
Maybe, but if you hit it either way, it wasn't a great shot.
McCauley gets it to Martin. Martin now off the dribble. Martin pulls up for 3 and buries it. Gracie Martin.
Just like against Fairhaven, those support players are stepping up when the Crimson Tide need them.
Here's a nice take to the rack by Neto, and if you're not hitting outside, what do? You take it to the rack. McCauley gets it to Ashford. McCauley will bring it up for the Tide. I like what she's doing. Be patient, get a good shot. Martin, handoff on the weave to Elliott. Good hands by Ashford, and reaching foul. This is going to be 2 on Bruick. No, Ogier had one earlier. I don't know if Bruick did. It is. It's 2 on Bruick. Under a minute to go. Spalding with the ball in a 7-point lead. McCauley running the point, guarded by Neto. And a reach from behind on Neto. Gets the steal. Neto on the breakaway. Right-handed layup is long. Elliott with a rebound.
Uncharacteristic miss there.
Ball on the wing. Shot put up by Elliott, doesn't go. Rebounded by Bruick. Bruick running the lane. Her shot doesn't go. Martin trying to get it to McCauley and throws it away. 1 second left. The coaches, Aviati and Shepard, saying, be smart, be smart, be smart. They don't want a cheap foul. They don't want, they want to go in to the locker room. And the three-pointer doesn't go for Neto. So, after a half of play and some serious foul trouble, the Spalding Crimson Tide lead North Country 23-16. You are watching Girls Championship Division II Basketball on the NFHS Network, brought to you by Booth Brothers.
I think North Country needs to find a way to get Coronetto in a little bit of a rhythm. She's had some open looks that have gone every which way but in. You know, in, out, she's very close, but just hasn't quite clicked on that offensive rhythm yet. And you mentioned, didn't have the best game in the semifinals. If she can get a couple looking good, it'd go a long way, but she's gonna start with a turnover.
McCauley with a steal. You know, if I'm the Falcons, I don't care who she's guarding, Spalding in the man-to-man, I'm taking it at Roberge because, you know, they would love it if she picked up her 4th foul. Martin on the wing to McCauley. And a great defensive play by Bruick, reaching in without fouling, tipping it away. Ogier for 3, doesn't go. Long rebound, McCauley chases it down. McCauley now with a crossover. Euro step, shot, rebound, put back, no.
North Country looking to run.
Bruick all day to pop that 3, and she makes it.
That is what North Country needed to see, the lid come off here. They'd been a good 3-4 minutes of gameplay without a basket.
Roberge with a step through, shot doesn't go. Wilburn with a rebound. Smart play by Roberge, not going for that offensive rebound off her miss. Ashford gets whistled for the foul, so Bruick will step to the line to shoot 2.
Nice aggressive take there by Bruick. Had the defender backpedaling, and a strong take to the rim. Not many free throws in this game, but I don't think we've had a miss yet from either team.
Bruick's 3 for 3. Misses her second, tipped out of bounds off of Wilburn.
Well, the official has a better view than we do from over here, so.
I don't think the North Country fans agreed with that one. And you can't tell the Crimson Tide or the Crimson North Country Falcons which fan is which, but you could on that call. Here's Martin now with a handoff to Roberge, passes on the 3, kick out to Martin. Martin to the rack, kick out over Ashford's head. Picked up by Fortin. And a steal right back by Ashford. Ashford is going to draw the foul.
Sometimes, Carl, on those breakaways, you got to know when to just pull it out and run the offense.
Bruick is going to pick this one up, and that's going to be the 3rd on Sabine Bruick.
And Coach Roy going to let her stay in here. Of course, just hit the big shot. Nice take to the basket. So it is Bruick and Roberge guarding one another, each with 3 fouls.
Elliott's baseline jumper doesn't go. Wilburn pulls down the rebound. Here's
Wilburn has been very steady down low, cleaning the glass for North Country.
Yeah, definitely doing her job very well. Nice step through, off the glass and in for 2.
Carl, I know in your heart you love a nice up and under.
Beautiful, beautiful move. Here's Martin now looking inside for McCauley. McCauley's shot is long. Elliott there, rebound put back, and she's going to draw the foul on Wilburn.
Nice follow there. They say Wilburn brought her arms down a little bit.
Elliott will step to the line to shoot 2.
Nice little run here for North Country. Have pulled this game back within 1. So a 6-0 run to start the quarter.
Elliott's free throw is up and good. Six different scorers for the Tide. Elliott has 3 now. Make it 4. Meadow running the point for the Falcons. Gets it to Bruick. Martin on Bruick. Good job staying straight up. Here's the kick out. Ogier's baseline jumper doesn't go, gets her own rebound. And foul will get called. I think this is going to go against Ashford. No.
It is Ashford, yep.
Okay, it is, okay. That's the second on Ashford, and Ogier will step to the line to shoot 2.
Nice job following her shot off the initial miss and pump fake drive the baseline.
Free throw clinic being put on by both teams, and under pressure, being able to hit those free throws is pretty impressive. 4 for 5 for North Country, and I think it's 6 for 6 for Spalding, as Sophie Goriello checks into the game for the Tide. Ogier with 5 points now for the Falcons. Here's Roberge. Euro step, and 1 step too many.
And you're starting to see a little more swagger here with North Country in the third quarter. They've made this little run. They're getting into it. A lot of high fives. They're feeling the electricity, and you start to see a little tightness maybe on the Spalding side for the first time today.
And that's why it's a smart timeout by Coach McCauley, wanting to settle her team down. The lead's dwindling a little bit, but get them settled down, let them catch their breath, talk about strategically maybe what you want to do offensively to get a good look, and a lot of ball to be played left, Tom, so you get them settled right now and ready for the fourth quarter.
Absolutely. We're quite a few moves away from checkmate. It's a chess reference, Carl.
It is, I understand. Bruick has 3 fouls. Roberge has 3 fouls. That is the real question mark. Both of them so vital for making their offenses tick.
And I enjoy that they've been guarding one another for a lot of that with the 3 fouls.
I think the balance of this game may just be which one of those 2 players picks up their 4th first.
Hopefully for both, neither do, and it just gets settled on the court.
Oh, a nice defensive play by Elliott, making the steal into the hands of Roberge.
McCauley wanted that, but I think that was a smart choice to hold that up, not force that pass down court.
Here's Martin now to Roberge. Taylor Keel at the top of the key. Martin. Spalding being looking side to McCauley.
Neto wanted to travel, didn't get it.
Good play by McCauley, not forcing it. It was a quick double team there. She brought it out and reset it. Here's Roberge. And they're extending on Roberge and Martin. They don't want to see another 3 splashed.
Strong defense here from the Falcons on this possession. Good help, everybody's moving.
McCauley's shot doesn't go. Ogier ends up with a rebound. Step back pull up doesn't go for Bruick, and a nice rebound by Keel. Keel to Martin. Reminiscent of Spalding's last 2-minute offense in the semifinal. Nice move by McCauley. Faked right, went left.
I think Neto might have been trying to pull the chair out because McCauley has been really banging, but McCauley wasn't looking that time.
Wilburn with another big basket. Nice work in the post by the junior. Roberge off the Keel screen. Good hands by Bruick. Floater by Roberge around the rim, no. McCauley battling for the loose ball. Neto flies to the floor. And it's going to be Spalding ball. Goriello into the game for Martin.
It's interesting, that battle all day has been so good, and it just the different dichotomies of McCauley is such an emotional player, and you see what she's feeling, and Neto just seems cool as the other side of the pillow.
Lori Shepard stealing her phrase, but it's okay. She doesn't mind.
Because I know she'll enjoy it.
She will.
I'll tell her later.
Goriello into Roberge. Roberge, the nice pivots. Elliott looking inside for McCauley for a moment. Skip pass, Keel pops the 3 and bangs the 3.
that first shot of the day, I think.
She did have the breakaway layup on that dime that Roberge threw to her in the second quarter, but wow, we talked about support players needing to step up. Spalding's getting it. Strong move to the hoop that time. Shot doesn't go. Rebound ripped down by Fortin. Three-pointer for Neto is good.
Both of Neto's threes today have come off an offensive rebound where the defender lost her in the shuffle.
10 points now for Neto. McCauley's shot around and out. Nice rebound by Wilburn.
Look at that speed up the court.
Goriello, a soccer player, was able to stay with Bruick, moving her feet quickly, and Bruick bounced it off her own foot.
Addie Nelson comes in for North Country here.
Roberge calling the play. Bruick in her pocket. And Bruick with 3 fouls has to be careful about those little reaches. Oh, and a little deflection there. A little too firm on the pass. Turnover on the Tide. We saw that in the semifinals. Spalding had a lot of trouble taking care of the ball. Fortunately for them, Fairhaven had more trouble taking care of the ball.
Falcons have really tried to get inside here in the third quarter. And Nelson, fresh off the bench, banks it in on the right side.
That's the way to come in off the bench and contribute. Here's Keel now, finds Goriello. Back to Keel.
Nothing better for Nelson than getting to hear the "she's a freshman" chant.
Inside it goes. Elliott, hook shot, missed, and Wilburn with another big rebound. Here's Bruick now. She sees the gap for a second. Goriello closes the door.
So North Country with their first lead here, I believe, of the game.
Ozier pick and roll with Wilburn. Wilburn gets control of it, gets her feet under, and Roberge pulls down the board. Elliott looking for McCauley, but getting in the passing lane was Neto. Here comes Neto the other way, pulls up for three. Doesn't go. Bruick, rebound put back, still no good, and Keel pulls down the loose ball.
Contact on that putback.
Goriello with a crossover, left-handed layup, too hard. Elliott, rebound put back, and it's good. Love the confidence of the freshman. Wilburn for three now. The confidence as time runs out, but Goriello might have got some spark from that. If she moves that forward, it's going to help Spalding in the fourth.
We're set for an exciting finish, Carl.
Spalding by one. We're back with the fourth quarter in just a moment here on the NFHS Network. Carl Parton back with Tom Corbett, and we come to the Barry Auditorium to see games just like this. A 1-point Spalding lead over North Country going into the fourth quarter of the Girls Division II Championship. Tom, the pressure, the nerves, the excitement for the fans, the players, the coaches, it doesn't get any better than this right now, right here.
No, this is where everything gets decided. All the fans on their feet for the start of this fourth quarter. And it's been kind of a game of runs throughout this game so far, and the third quarter belonged to North Country. They came in down 7, they leave only down 1. A lot of that is taking care of the basketball. 6 turnovers in the third quarter for Spalding.
A big story is Roberge played the whole quarter without picking up her fourth. Another big story is Bruick picked up her third, so a little foul trouble for both. 2 key players, 1 for each.
Spalding extending the pressure a little bit here to start the third. They want to get them uncomfortable.
Bruick off the high screen from Ozier, looking inside for Wilburn. Power move, kick out. And the shot put up doesn't go for Nelson. Saved in, and Roberge comes away with it.
3 on 2.
Excellent give and go. Roberge to Keel, back to Roberge for 2. Oh, great backdoor cut, and Fortin settles herself and hits the layup. They weren't doing that in the first half. They were jamming it under the bottom of the rim, so good job on that backdoor cut. Here's Roberge, kick out to Elliott. Into Robert, she's quickly double teamed, swings around it, draws the foul. She'll step to the line to shoot 2. Was that on Ogier? Was it on Bruick is the question.
It is on Ogier. And that was just a wasted foul there. The defense was pretty solidly there. I thought Robert's a little off balance on the take and just reached in.
That's going to be the 3rd foul on Ogier as well, as Robert steps up and misses her first of 2. Madison Ashford, the senior, checks back into the game for the Tide. Good minutes by Taylor Keel, the sophomore.
Big 3 in the 3rd quarter.
Robert's second, around and out. Neto with another rebound. Martin in her pocket. Ogier looking for Bruick. I like this matchup. I mentioned Goriello as a very good soccer player. She's got quick feet. She's staying with Bruick out there. Neto to Wilburn inside, using their height to their advantage, and Wilburn coming up big here in the second half, playing some great ball.
That was a great look.
Goriello with some confidence to the rack.
And they get a little push on the end line. Might have been a little bit of a makeup for the initial collision, but
this one is going to be called on Goriello, and it's going to be the 3rd team foul against Spalding.
McCauley back in as Elliott heads to the sidelines.
Spalding looks to be in a 2-3, and Neto likes it. She has space, gets the shot off, doesn't go. Goriello with a long rebound, slows it down into the hands of Martin.
1-point game here for Spalding.
Ashford. Martin. Robert's wanted the 3, I think, but Ogier closed the gap just in time to change her mind. Spalding, nice patient offense. Here's Robert. And off to Goriello. Goriello, kick out to Martin. Oh, that was a 3-point op I would have liked. McCauley's hook shot doesn't go. Neto with another rebound. She's got to be up over 10 now.
Oh, she had a lane to the rim, and I think she didn't quite see it.
The seas did part for her there. For the Tides, if you will. Neto, a long 3, bottom of the net.
It doesn't matter if she's 1 for 7, 2 for 8. She's going to shoot the next one, and you need to have a hand up.
She's got 13 points now. Robert gets the shot off, but it's blocked out of bounds. Neto and Bruick pumping each other up. Neto gave Bruick a shot. I think it would have knocked the wind out of me.
Remember what I said about she doesn't show a lot of emotion and is cool and calm? She's fired up after that 3.
Oh, yeah. Deserves to be. Martin with the inbound, and it's kicked away. She'll get another chance.
Don't forget, North Country already has a 5-second call against Spalding, with Spalding trying to inbound underneath their basket. They're very good on this inbound set.
Martin, they make their breaks late off it here. And Keel open from the baseline, around and out, and Neto with another rebound. Big 3-pointer, big rebounds. Neto taking over this 4th quarter. Ogier now, handoff to Bruick.
Martin extended that arm against the screener. Whether or not she fell or not, when you extend that arm, it doesn't matter.
Yep. Finished the cell, but it was a foul without the cell even. Ogier will inbound for the Falcons.
Big defensive possession here for Spalding to try to curb this momentum swing for North Country.
And battling in the middle was Keel and Fortin, and it's going to be a foul on Keel. That's going to be the 5th team foul against the Tide. Ogier will inbound for North Country.
It'll be interesting to see how long Wilburn stays on the side here.
And it was McCauley, it was Roberge putting the pressure on Riley Thornton.
McCauley's going to get the foul. Coach McCauley is trying to argue that it was a loose ball. She never had possession of it.
So it's going to be called on the shot, no less. The 16
No,
foul.
ball's out.
Okay. Thornton was stepping up to the free throw line there. It looked like it's going to be up, so it will be Falcon ball. But North Country will be in the bonus now. That's the 16th foul against Spalding. Ogier inbounds to Neto. Bruick baseline to Ogier. Just over 4 minutes remaining in this one. Ogier wide open. She'll pop the three right into the hands of Roberge.
She was too open.
She had to take the shot though. Martin, ahead of the pack, pulls it back. Inside to McCauley from Roberge, around and out. Roberge rips down the loose ball rebound, battling with Nelson. Possession arrow will go Spalding as well.
Good look there for McCauley inside, just couldn't quite get it to drop. Like I was saying, I'm wondering how long Wilburn's going to be on the sideline because she was such a force rebounding the basketball.
Aaliyah Elliott back into the game for Spalding, and
a little too aggressive going in there for Fortin.
Riley Fortin will come out. Emma Fortin will check in. Actually, it's Addie Nelson coming out. Spalding will inbound. 5 team fouls against North Country in the second half. Here's Keel. Finds Martin. McCauley now, guarded by Neto. Off the high screen from Elliott. Goes to her right, to the rack. Elliott with a nice rebound. Her putback doesn't go, and Neto with another rebound. I've said that a lot, Tom.
Yeah, she has absolutely controlled the glass, and whether
baseline three doesn't go for Bruick. Roberge with the rebound ahead to McCauley. Nice fake by Roberge to the rack. Gets the shot off. It doesn't go.
It's going to be on the floor on the gather, so they'll take it out underneath.
You know, it concerns me. McCauley normally would have ripped that one to the hoop, and maybe losing a little confidence. She needs to be ready to go this last 3 minutes.
Well, they had the streaker on that far side, and I think she just saw a half second late and got caught in between the decision of myself or give it up.
So it's a 2-point North Country lead, Tom. Right now, if you're in the North Country huddle, Coach Sarah Roy, what are you talking about?
Keep doing what we're doing. We need to keep boxing out, one shot and done for Spalding. And they've done a great job offensively taking what Spalding's giving them. If they're going to overplay and try to go for those steals, run those back doors. You saw Neto had a great assist earlier where she came off that curl, the double team came, and she gave it up to a cutter on the weak side. Take what they're giving us.
Yep, I think you've nailed that certainly. And Spalding, I think, you know, play in the flow, I think, if you're that team. You know, I can sense they're a little, from watching them all year, they're a little tentative offensively. Not quite sure who wants to be the person to step up. You know it's going to be Roberge. You know if you're the Falcons, Roberge is probably going to be the one, but they need, again, that support cast. Somebody needs to come up big for them. Martin with the inbound to McCauley. McCauley to the rack. Puts this one in. That's what we needed to see from McCauley. Confidence.
That hopefully opens it up a little bit for the senior.
All tied up. Under 3 minutes to go. Neto passes on the three. 14-footer. Doesn't go. McCauley battling on the boards with Fortin out of bounds off of the Falcons.
That's a couple where I thought Neto had a nice lane to go hard to the rim, and she's pulled it out for that little 10-footer, which is usually probably pretty automatic for her, but I like a nice strong take to the rim.
Roberge to Martin. Oh, and a dangerous pass. It's picked off by Ogier. Bruick ahead of the pack, hits the left-handed layup for two.
Push comes to shove all game. Bruick seems to have that big momentum-changing basket.
And she's got 10 points now with those 2 points there. Here's Roberge. Kick out to Keel.
The help defense has been great for North Country all game, trying to keep Spalding from attacking the basket.
Here's Roberge to the rack. Kick off to Elliott. Shot doesn't go. Fortin with a rebound.
Roberge took a hard shot there on that drive and dish.
You don't feel it if you get the assist, but it hurts when the layup doesn't go for your teammate. Neto, backdoor cut by Fortin, can't get the shot off, and it's a foul called against McCauley.
That's those hard ones where you got to know where you are. When you're behind them, even if you can come around and get ball, for most officials, wherever you are on the court, that looks like a foul, whether clean or not. There's a very small angle where someone can see reaching around from behind trying to get a ball clean.
Sophie Goriello into the game for the tie. This is going to be a 1-1 for Riley Fortin. Shot is up and good. First point of the night, and it's a huge one, putting the Falcons up by 3. Fortin stepping up for her second. Doesn't go. And off the Falcons.
That was a close one.
North Country has done a spectacular job at taking off the three-point ball for Roberge. Certainly.
Roberge, she's had a tough time kind of getting her momentum back after that flurry to start before she got in foul trouble.
Here's Goriello. Hits it to Martin. And a hand check is going to get called against Ogier. That'll put Roberge on the line to shoot 1-1.
Tough one for Ogier there, but did have the hands on the body. Picks up a big fourth foul. Big free throw here.
Roberge gets her 10th point. Spalding trailing by 2. Roberge hits them both when she needs to. Spalding wants a timeout. We'll take it too. You're watching Girls Division II Championship Basketball on the NFHS Network. Paul Parton back with Tom Corbett, and wow, what an exciting game. We're going to have a finish in this one. We've seen spectacular free throw shooting from both of these teams thus far in this game, and it may come down to that, Tom, to finish it.
It might. Each team 2 timeouts left in this last minute and 10 seconds.
Spalding putting some full court pressure on. The Falcons have 3 great ball handlers, Bruick, Ogier, and a near steal by Roberge. She knocks it out of bounds.
Got to be careful, though, against this pressure. You don't give something up long.
Neto also a point forward quality ball handler.
And she wanted it on that inbounds.
Neto guarded by McCauley. McCauley reaches in, tips it out of bounds. It will stay Falcon ball.
McCauley's got to be careful on that reach.
Ogier will inbound. Gets it to Bruick. Bruick guarded by Martin. Bruick and Ogier working a 2-person game at the top. Martin on Bruick. Neto comes to help out. Ooh, that one almost floated. Near steal by Elliott. Ball bouncing around, and good job by Ogier gaining control, and it's going to be a foul against the tie.
Spalding had kind of been flirting with disaster that whole possession up the sidelines. Very handsy around the sidelines, using the bodies. And that ball got bobbled for a second, and I think 3 Crimson Tides saw red and went for that ball.
Gracie Martin gets whistled for the foul. That's the 8th team foul against the Tide. Only the 2nd on Martin. Ogier will step up 2 for 2 from the stripe today. Make it 3 for 3. 6 points now. 2-point Falcon lead. Ogier for her second.
If she makes this, I'll be interested to see if maybe Spalding tries to bring back in Taylor Keel to get another shooter out there.
Around and in. Shooters bounce and roll for Ogier. Goriello was squared up. Elliott, her layup is around the rim and in. 8 points for Elliott now. And Martin with a smart, quick foul, I think.
I think it ended up, I don't think that was necessarily the intent. I think they were trying to play that pressure at least to the timeline to see if they could maybe get an 8-second or force a timeout.
And Coach McCauley wants a full timeout to try to ice Bruick. We'll take it 2. Under 30 to go here. Girls Division II Championship Basketball on the NFHS Network.
Yellow one.
Tom Corbett, Carl Parton back in the action, and so it's going to be stepping up to the line is Ogier. No, it will be Bruick rather, shooting the 1-and-1. That's the 9th team foul. Spalding trailing North Country by 1. Tom, what do you think of icing? Does icing work?
I'll tell you after the free throws. Is kind of how it goes. Half your audience says it's not a thing. Half says it is.
It's not a thing for Sabine Bruick, the sophomore.
A lot of times in these type of games where it's so exciting and there's so much going on, that timeout can actually help calm down a shooter who's got the adrenaline moving.
Back to a 3-point Falcon lead. Here's Robert. Long three-pointer is up. No good. Bruick with a rebound. Down the sideline, and she's fouled.
I don't know if that was the shot that Coach McCauley wanted. Robert felt good about it, had some space.
Yeah, you knew Spalding needed a 3, and if I had to pick a 3-point shooter that I wanted taking it for Spalding, it would have been Robert's. That might have been the most open look she could have gotten, given the circumstances. And Bruick with a clutch, seal the deal free throw.
Now, if you're Coach Roy, I'm sure you're yelling from the sidelines, no fouls. Which is also a fantastic podcast.
14 points now for Bruick, the sophomore. Robert gets the shot off, partially blocked by Ogier. It will stay Spalding ball. Martin will inbound. Elliott, shot doesn't go. And that is going to do it. The North Country Falcons, for the second time in 3 years, win the Girls Division II State Championship. They defeat Spalding by a score of 47-42.
And they earned that one, Carl. This Spalding team was game from the opening tip. They put together one fantastic run here, and they played great tonight. But North Country made just a few more shots down the stretch. And hey, what do you tell kids? Free throws. They hit the free throws when it mattered.
Great play by Sabine Bruick, even with foul trouble, ended up with 14 points, hit her free throws down the stretch when she needed to. I was impressed with the second half play of Aaliyah Wilburn on the boards. Coronetto dominated the boards, hit the big shots in the second half, finished with 13 points, did the job she needed to win this one. For the Spalding Crimson Tide, Roberts with a little foul trouble. She still played an outstanding game, 11 points. McCauley finished with 8, and Gracie Martin, 6 points. North Country stopped allowing her to get open from three-point land in the second half. She didn't have an open look after hitting a couple in the first half, so they did what they needed to do. Great effort, great season by this Spalding Crimson Tide, coming up short for the second straight year. But really, I think if you look at this Spalding Crimson Tide team, with what they lost last year in Donahue and so many good players, I think they can be very proud that they made it to the championship this year. Shouldn't hang their heads. It was an outstanding season.
Yeah, only one team gets to end, feeling happy and excited, and that's North Country this year, and that makes that long bus ride through the snow this morning all the more worth it.
So that is going to do it for us. I'd like to thank our cameraman, Garrett Sisley, our statistician, Tom Corbett Sr., our producer, Brandon Walker. We are going to set the mics down and turn it over to Dave Noyes, the public address announcer, for the award of presentations. Final score, 47 for the girls Division II champion, North Country Falcons, 42 for the Spalding Crimson Tide. And here it is, the trophy presentation. Possible by CVTV723.org. If you want to support live streamed Spalding High School sports, please go to CVTV723.org and look for the Donate Now tab. This has been a local sports video production brought to you by CVTsport.net, your local sports video leader. We'd like to thank our longtime partners, CVTV723.org, channel 192 and 194, Central Vermont Community Access Television, and Orca Media, Onion River Community Access Television in the greater Montpelier area is media for the people.
My daddy made this.